This is the Landlord Advocates. I'm your host, Matthew Lyman. We are filming on location today from Albany, New York, more specifically, Albany City Court, where on June 7, 2022, saw tenants and a cohort of theirs allegedly bring in hundreds of Madagascar hissing cockroaches and let them loose in the courtroom. One of their cohorts is a now former Senate staffer from Troy, New York, who has a job title that would take a long breath just to say what her title is, but she makes over $80,000 a year. On that day, June 7th, she had distracted the court officers by waving her cell phone around, taking photos and video in the courtroom, which is not allowed unless the judge allows it. In this case, that did not happen. She had paraded around the pews of the courtroom, being asked by the court officers to please stop doing what you were doing. She did not do that. It got to the point where the officers had to place her under arrest. But while they were doing that, she was being used as a decoy, as a distraction, as the other tenants in the courtroom, had released hundreds of cockroaches in that room. Needless to say, the building behind me had to be fumigated. Now, what caused this situation was on May 17, 2022. Tenants from New York City, mainly from New York City, were bussed in to the New York State Capitol when they held a rally in support of Good Cause Eviction. A number of them caused an insurrection when the state police had to shut down the state capitol, and about 50 of those tenants had been arrested. On June 7th, about 4 or 5 of them were told that they had to come to Albany City Court to face arraignment on those charges. And they came here. They came here with friends and followers, supporters, and allies. But they also came with hundreds of cockroaches that they released in the building behind me. Now, the cost for that is going to be absorbed by them, hopefully. They would be held responsible for those extermination costs. But what we and the Landlord Advocates are imploring the district attorney and the Office of Court Administration, we are planting a bug in their ear. We are asking that not only are they held accountable for the extermination of this building, but every employee that works in this building behind me should have their homes exterminated as well. We learned today, June 10th, Friday, June 10th, that a staff member in this courtroom had brought home one of those roaches in her purse. And that could happen. It could be in the purses, they could be in the lunch pails. If a staff member had stepped on a cockroach that was pregnant, those eggs could have fixed themselves to the bottom of the shoe, be brought to their home, and now they have an infestation with cockroaches in their home. So District Attorney David Soares, New York State Office of Court Administration, we ask on behalf of landlords all across New York State that the tenants that did this, upon conviction, be made to pay restitution for what they did, and also be held accountable financially to exterminate the homes of all of the employees that work in this building behind me, the Albany City Courthouse.